Hey, Kimber.
Yes.
I don't know where to start with this guy that we're about to talk to. Is it the fact that he's an Italian? So I like that.
I mean, you do love that.
He's one of me people.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing a Dragon Ball Z jacket.
And the fact you recognise that, yeah.
Immediately. He's also just bloody funny. His name is Gianmarco Soresi, and he's playing at the Regal Theatre. Sold out shows. People cannot wait to get in there and see you. Welcome to our show, mate. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. I'm glad you started with Italian, because if you chose my other ethnicity, it would have been like, well, should we start with the fact that he's a Jew or the Dragon Ball? And I was like, okay, Italian safe. Hello, I'm happy to be here.
I read that about you and I went, do I go political here? Are we in that right
no,
now?
No, we can't, because
that?
I would drown in it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know.
I don't know enough. I'm someone who is openly willing to say, I don't know enough about these things to talk about it,
Yeah. It's a religion.
Yes.
Well, thank you for calling my Dragon Ball Z jacket.
Pleasure.
My girlfriend, it's reversible.
I know.
I got it in
so cool.
in Tokyo. I got a lot of anime stuff in Tokyo, and my girlfriend's not thrilled about it.
Yeah, my wife is the same. Every time we have people over, I've got to put away my Dragon Ball Z statues. I'm not allowed
you got
to have
statues?
them out. I've got statues.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to have them out. Yep, and my Transformers stuff and all that.
I am
It's
absolutely
ridiculous.
thrilled you two have found each other.
It's so good.
I used to do action figures. I went to a summer camp. It was like that age where I brought a bag of action figures, and my roommate was like, "Are those action figures?" And I said, "Oh, my parents mixed up my bag with my little brother's." And I told that lie, and they just sat in the room the whole camp, and I never played with action figures again.
Just calling to you from the corner of the room.
Yeah.
First time in WA?
I don't even know what that is.
Western Australia.
Yeah.
Second time.
Oh, second time.
Yeah, second
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did the whole, last time I did Rotterdam. Is that what it's, not Rotterdam, what's it called? The island with the quokkas.
Rottnest Island.
Rottnest Islands, Rotterdam.
Yeah.
I traveled too much, but I did that last time.
Did you get yourself one of those sweet little selfies with a quokka?
I did. Well, the locals said stop. I think I got too close to them. Like I pet them.
Oh,
And
no,
they
that's
said,
okay.
don't.
I
Yeah,
don't
you're
think
not-
we
well,
have
you're
that
not-
much rabies here, do we?
No, not these days. I think
No.
no.
Yeah, but if you came to New York, and if I saw an Australian petting a rat in New York, because what is a quokka but a bigger rat?
It's a big rat, yeah.
with a smile stuck on its face. That doesn't mean it's happy. They could be miserable.
They could be.
So there was some Australian was like, don't stop. They're dirty. And they just saw me as like, what is this American doing? But I did. They're very cute. I get it.
They are super
Well, you
cute.
can
The
go
boat
home,
ride
pat
there,
a
I
sewer
got
rat.
sick though.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
That boat ride there, and they had a hot compress and ices, and it was awful.
I bet you sat inside the boat at the front. Rookie mistake.
Yeah.
There you go.
You
'Cause you get the
always go to
fuel
the back of the
fumes.
boat and outside.
Yeah, I was in the front just hugging a quokka, and an Australian's like, God, he'll learn.
That's the problem. You stole one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, we're living in interesting times at the moment, right? So in here in Australia, because we get all the news secondhand. Okay,
Sure.
so we're looking over at the US and going, places are. It looks like a melting pot.
Is it
basket
really a bin
case.
fire right now?
Is it, or what's the deal?
I think it's one of those things where it's so big. I mean, America is so big. So there's fires. There's been fires. There's always fires. And sometimes you're further away and sometimes you're closer. It's not good for sure. I like to think of myself as from New York.
Right.
And I kind of am, what is it called? Where you want something to happen.
Hopeful?
Affirmate. Like, no. Oh, gosh. Manifest. I'm manifesting the conclusion to the inevitable civil war where New York is its own country.
Yeah.
So I like to think of it like that, but it's very bad. It's terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't really know how bad it was until I'd seen some comments on Reddit and stuff with people saying, I'm just not going home for Christmas because I can't be around my family because we have different political views or we live in different states. And a lot of those people going from New York because they're like, we've been living our life in New York and now I've got to go home and see my parents. And I never thought that would be a thing. I don't care if I disagree with my parents on something like that. But over there, very different.
I think there's a difference. Like, it definitely feels more things are happening at home in a way where you might fight with your parents about things that are happening overseas, and in a way it's maybe you go, I'll have dinner with you. We're talking about people we don't know, but now we're talking about we have government officials killing people in the streets and
Yikes.
citizens being labeled as domestic terrorists, and seeing a video and being told a video is not what we're seeing in front of us. Meanwhile, we have TikTok was just bought by, I think, Larry Ellison is his name, and now the videos, if you say the word Epstein, it gets taken down.
Is that right?
So we're experiencing, I just missed the freedom of speech I had when I was doing stand-up in Hong Kong. It makes me go, oh, that's compared to America aspires for the level of censorship China has. And it's
Right.
just
Yep.
we're feeling it in a way where I think freedom of speech is always like this big American tenet, and we're really seeing it in real time being crushed. And I don't know where it's going to shake out.
Well,
I like to think that Americans have a deep narrative of like, we're not going to put up with this. And you do see in Minneapolis, like this storm of people really going, this is insane.
Yeah.
You cannot do this.
Well, it's interesting to hear you actually say this because that's how it feels from here. But it's always like, is it the news?
No, I think it's
hyping it up, or
really
is it
bad.
like,
It's
wow.
bad. You got Trump, and there's no one around to keep him in check. They're all yes men. They're all trying to vie for when he passes away from too many McDonald's burgers, when he finally explodes. Like, there's going to be such a competition to who can get this fan base.
Yeah,
who
yeah.
can get him?
Yeah.
And it's like all these people just vying for just a race to the bottom. And I think a lot of Americans are confronting which of our citizens are fine with, you can shoot someone in the street if they protest.
It's extraordinary.
Pete found this great
God.
video clip of you doing stand-up and a dude in the audience allowing you to read his text messages.
Yeah.
Because his girlfriend broke up with him on election night.
Yeah.
We can't believe it was a great set. You did such an amazing, your crowd work is excellent.
Thank you.
But it was so surprising that he would reveal that much about himself, that he would allow you to have the phone. But it was the crowd reactions that got Pete the most.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of audio here.
Oh, sure.
This for me was like, it's just the melting pot of you mention that stuff and people start jumping. So let's have a listen to this.
Do you have these text messages on you right now? Can I see them? Can I read them? Okay. Oh my God. Okay. It's not going to be funny, by the way. I'm already thinking, it's like, please I get to the funny. Okay. So she said, oh my God, I had a breakdown tonight. The results of this election is scary. Trump is winning a lot of states. Yes. We all agree. We're all here. Listen. I'm listening to the news now. And then you sent 173 to 190. Those are the electoral counts?
Oh, that was the prediction, I guess.
The prediction. Okay, cool. Last time I checked, it was 75, 175. Yeah. Honestly, though, I do think Trump is still going to win. I can't imagine the general population of America would vote Kamala.
Oh, you did not.
He is right, though. Oh my God, he's right. He's right. Okay.
Just those two women that were sitting there while you were reading these text messages, and then that moment where they're like, oh, but they were just ready to jump, and the fact that he was right. It happened. We all saw it.
Yeah. I think it's just, I think for some Americans, politics, it's easy to, again, when you live in such a big country, sometimes it's easy for it to become like almost you're watching a TV show. And I think for some people, politics becomes very theoretical. And so it's like, how could you even want that person? He was like, well, this is the truth. This is the facts on the ground. I'm sure from afar, it looks like America's like insane with politicism. I mean, I'm curious how you guys view Americans in the political sense.
Well, I think it's different. I think there's a difference between how we view Americans and how we view America.
I'm glad there's a differentiation.
It's a massive difference, right?
Yeah.
Because we know plenty of Americans, and we have the awareness to be able to go, no, there's Americans, and then there's the perception of America, and they're two different things. And Americans are generally sane people, and we love them. But America, from our perspective at the moment, looks like a dumpster fire. Like that's the difference, you know?
Yeah. I think it's just like, you know, I understand why that audience is. It is crazy to want Trump. It was crazy to vote for Trump, and it was hard for people to hear that it was going to happen. And but Americans have this thing where it's like, well, screw you for stating the fact that Kamala wasn't going to win or the suspicion of it, and not confronting like the loss and what does that mean. I think like that's, and I do think it's changing. I think people are being radicalized to a degree, or just accepting like, oh yeah, Hillary lost, and there wasn't necessarily accountability of why she lost. There was just like, well, it's because a bunch of people are idiots, and no one goes, well, maybe nominating someone whose husband also was Epstein's friend prevented like a real conversation, and not wanting to criticize. It's the idea that like to criticize the opposition to Trump is like to let Trump win, as opposed to acknowledging that because both sides because Democrats are so weak, that's why he's going to continue to win. He in insurrection, he incited an insurrection. Democrats were feckless in their punishing anyone, and then he won again. And hopefully, some people have their souls have been crushed in a way where they can acknowledge, like, oh, you have to have a strong candidate. You have to criticize that person, whether they're friends with Epstein, whether they're taking money or from Israel, and that's influencing all their foreign policy. Like, you hope that happens. But that's what the different thing is. You go, how could you possibly say something bad about Kamala? And it's like, but then you lost. This idea that if we all shut up, about the obvious flaws, that the person will win somehow. And it's like, that's not how democracy works.
The main thing for me was that I was amazed that people were doing it at a comedy night. Like, just, don't you want to let it go? Like, don't you want to have a good time?
But aren't they right? But then you see what's happening now, and you go like, you're right to be so worried about Trump. This is a monster of a human being. This is and a monster of a human being who's just probably at this point, who knows how far the dementia pipeline that we just have to live with, and is going to try to run for a third time, of course. So like, I agree, like, it's bad. It's bad, and you know, it's. I like to think that, like, it was fine. Like, they can have that reaction, and I'll toy with them. Like, guys, come on. And it can be fun just to play with people in that space, to acknowledge, for them to know where my heart is at. Well, and then once you have that, you can have like fun.
I think that's what makes you a great comedian, though, because you are very energetic on stage. You've got a lot of presence. You're very likable. What kind of kid were you at school?
I'm shy.
Really?
I'm shy. I think I'm just insecure, and there's something about stand-up that it's like it makes me come alive, that level of attention.
Right.
And
so you weren't the class clown. You weren't the chatty, like...
No, I could be talkative. I could be complaining. I think if anything, I was just like negative, and I learned how to hide my complaining through jokes in a way that made it more palatable to be around. But no, I wasn't like, I'm not necessarily the goofball per se. Crowd work especially, like... It took a while because I was like, I don't talk to strangers, period. I had to learn crowd work because I was working clubs that were so brutal and the audience was so not in the mood for comedy that you had to engage in it.
See, that seems like the scariest part because you're relying on them. I'm like, this guy in this particular clip that Pete sent was like, oh, just comedy gold. You turned it into something, but he also had content there. And I'm like, there'd be so many people you turn to me like, what do you do? I'm an engineer. Okay. And what else do you, they don't give you anything.
I mean, sometimes it doesn't go well. I just don't post the times that the conversation dies with the engine. There's no engineer clips making it to the YouTube.
Hey, just quickly, you mentioned schooling. You went to school with Ethan Slater, who plays a Tin Man in the Wicked movies, right? What was he like going to school with?
He was a freshman when I was a senior. And he didn't get into the musical that year. So we didn't spend that much time together. I just know it was like a smart progressive DC school with a great theater program, and he was sweet. But I knew him more as a wrestler than I knew him as a theater kid.
A wrestler?
Because that's what he did freshman year when I was a senior.
Wow.
But we reconnected more recently, and it was like, oh, this is nice. This is nice.
Let's wrestle.
Yeah, let's wrestle. I think I beat him in wrestling sooner than a singing competition.
I
Hey,
mean, you're not wrestling around in that Dragon Ball Z jacket just in case something
yeah.
happens to it.
Go Super Saiyan. Mate, you're a world away from all of that stuff that's happening. We hope you enjoy yourself here.
I will.
We're a lot of fun.
There's no ice here in multiple ways, and I'm very thankful for that.
It's a
Oh,
pleasure.
I mean, they would say differently if they tested our waters.
It's an Armadale joke. We'll talk you through it.
Great. I'll try it tonight on stage. We'll see how it plays.
Hey, Gianmarco Soresi, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for giving us so much of your time as well, and have fun here in Perth, mate. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.